Hello everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Here we are already at the end of April. It's time to do some speed reviews. Some of these products I've actually been testing for a really long time and I'm finally ready to tell you about them. Those would be like the skincare products I've been testing, but I also have a bunch of makeup to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? Starting with skincare. So this product from Thayers, look, it doesn't look like I've been testing it forever. I just used a little bit of it each time I used it. So this is the Hydrating Milky Toner. Now I use their Witch Hazel pretty regularly, but I really wanted to try the Milky Toner. I've tried one from a K-beauty brand before and I really liked it. Unfortunately, this was not what I was expecting. It's a much thicker texture than I was looking for. In fact, it's kind of thick and viscous and doesn't even really want to sink into the cotton rounds I like to use. It does feel like it would be like a hydrating product, but there's something about the texture of this that actually kind of grosses me out. I did try to use it for several months and I used it every day. So this tells me that this bottle, it would last probably a couple of years, but this product just isn't for me. I'm looking for something with a much thinner texture. It does have some nice products in it. It has snow mushroom extract, hyaluronic acid, elderflower water. So I'm hoping that I can find someone in my life who wouldn't mind trying a milky toner, because that's getting passed along. Next, I have a product from Dr. Jart. So this came in a FabFitFun box a while back. This is the Ceramidin Skin Barrier Moisturizing Cream. So it has ceramides and panthenol in it. So this is one of those products where you smooth it on, it feels very hydrating. It also does feel like it leaves, I don't know, a barrier on your skin. It doesn't completely sink in. It feels like that, just very, very moisturizing. Unfortunately, my skin can't handle this. I broke out terribly and it took me quite some time to recover. So obviously this is not my first time trying a product like this, and the other one didn't work for me either. So I obviously cannot do these barrier type creams. I need my skin to be able to breathe. But Dr. Jart is a really nice brand. So I'm gonna pass this along to someone perhaps with more dry skin and see if they like this. This is such an interesting product. So this is from Skin 1004. So it's a K-beauty brand, and this is the Madagascar Centella Hyalu-Cica Silky Fit Sun Stick. Very long name. It's SPF 50. So it is light blue in color. When you put it on, however, it's completely clear. That's actually one of the problems I had with this, was I had no idea how much I was putting on. The second you put it on, it's gone into your skin. And Silky Fit is actually a really good name descriptor for this because it's very, very silky. In fact, I thought this would make a beautiful primer. Makeup does sit very nicely over it. It's just very, very smoothing. However, just the fact that I didn't know how much product I was actually putting on made me nervous that I wasn't putting on enough product. I do wear sunscreen every single day, and this just didn't seem practical to me because I didn't know what was going on. Plus the fact that it has Cica in it. I have discovered that Cica products make me break out. So this is such a neat product. I was going to put it into my primer category, but I'm gonna have to give this to someone else. Such a bummer for me because this is such a fun little brand. They've got some great sunscreens that people are raving about. But I'm sure I have a friend who would love to try this. Okay, moving on to makeup. So this is a product from Kaleidos I've been testing for quite some time, and this is a powder. In fact, but they don't call it their powder. They call it their Symphony Face Illuminator. They have this in a ton of shades. This is the fair shade. I'm actually kind of irritated that I didn't buy this in the pink version, just so that I could have something different in my collection. I have not been using this as an illuminator like they mention using it. In K-beauty, C-beauty, it's very common for them to use almost matte light powders to sculpt the face, just like you would with a regular contour powder, but of course using them in very strategic placements. I have not mastered that particular way of doing contour, and I've just been using this on my under eyes. I think it's a really nice powder. I think it's just as good quality as my number 7 powder. I also really like the packaging. It is heavy, it feels really good in the hand, it's not too big, and it's got a nice little mirror on the inside. This powder is silky in the fact that I don't think it's like a super duper mattifying powder. Like if you're extremely oily, I don't think that this would do enough for you, but this is a beautiful everyday under eye powder for me. I really didn't need another really nice under eye powder, which is one of the reasons why I'm irritated I didn't get the pink one, just to have something different. But it is very nice. Another item from Kaleidos Makeup. So I've been raving about these eyeliners since last year when I tried my first shade. I picked up another shade. This is the shade Sea Sparkle, which I really was not interested for a while in picking up this shade because online I thought it just looked kind of silvery and not very blue, but in real life, happily, it is a very nice light blue that is pretty silvery, but when I wear it on my eyes, you can still tell that it's blue, which was what my main concern was. Look at how reflective that is. So fun. And I know I've mentioned these before, but I always have to say again how long wearing these are. If you are looking for a beautiful metallic eyeliner that will stay all day long, and it will stay there until you intentionally remove it, okay? The ones from Kaleidos are amazing. Some of them are more shifty. I wouldn't say this one's shifty. It's just a really beautiful silvery blue. Gorgeous product. Another product update, something I've reviewed already, but I tried a new shade. So I ordered another shade from Ravie Beauty, which is Ali Glein's brand, and this is the Effortless Lips. I picked up the shade Dahlia, which looked kind of like the light pink or the kind of like the mauve-y shade. I was very, very pleased that on me, it's actually kind of a Your Lips But Better shade. Maybe a little bit more pink than a True Lips But Better shade for me, but still definitely in that arena, and I was very, very pleased with this. If you didn't hear my other review for this product, this is a beautiful, balmy, super buildable product, and if you want to get more color, you can go ahead and add more, but it won't become gloopy. It's a really thin product, has a beautiful vanilla scent. Feels nice and balmy on the lips, but like I said, not gloopy. I just wanted to show you what that shade Dahlia looked like. Sometimes it's hard to tell online. I actually thought it was going to be a lot deeper than it is, so I'm very, very happy with this shade. The mascara I've been testing this month is this new one from L'Oreal. This is the Panorama mascara. So I am wearing it today. I think it's a very nice mascara. I instantly recognized the similarities between this mascara and one that they recently discontinued called the Unlimited mascara. That was the one with the wand that you could bend to try and get like closer to your inner lashes. The wand is very, very similar, and honestly, I get almost exactly the same look with this mascara that I did with the Unlimited. So if you're bummed about the Unlimited mascara being discontinued, you will probably like the Panorama mascara. It wears very well for me, washes off easily. I did get the washable one. There is a waterproof version. I have not tried that one. But this is one of those mascaras that gives really nice definition, a little bit of length, fans out your lashes nicely. A bit more drama than a true fluttery lash mascara. I tend to like the drama. I have had very good success with L'Oreal mascaras. I would not say this one takes the top spot for me in terms of L'Oreal mascaras. My favorite one is still Lash Paradise. All right, let's talk about this YSL quad. So if you wanted to see me try this on, I just did a Get Ready With Me featuring this quad. So this is the shade 100, Stora Dolls, the Couture Mini Clutch Quad. These little things always fall out. I'm just gonna set them to the side. So aside from that Get Ready With Me video, I have been wearing this. Different color combos to see what I think. To me, the formula does remind me of other high-end formulas or luxury formulas that I have tried. I'm specifically thinking of Tom Ford. They're not exactly the same, but they do the same thing on the eye where when blended out, they look expensive. Like they just lay really thinly. They don't emphasize texture, even if they're a satin or close to a metallic. There's just something about them that's very silky, and they kind of look like creams on your eye, even though they're powders. I really like this dark brown. It wants to blend out. It's just very, very blendy. I love it. This shade here is kind of one of the ultimate one and done shadows. Like, look at that gorgeous taupe, and of course it's got a really nice sheen to it. Beautiful. This shade is a beautiful topper shade. I would say that's like a true wet look eyeshadow. You do get nice depth with this shade here, but if you like really dark and smoky eyeshadow, you probably would be disappointed in this quad. It probably wouldn't go deep enough for you, but this definitely goes deep enough for me. In that try-on video, I did a more smoky eye using this brown, so I'm happy with it. There's always the question, is it worth the money? That is completely relative, I think. Everyone's gonna have a different answer. I'm gonna say they feel expensive. I like them. It was a treat to myself, but I would never just tell someone that you have to go get it because they are expensive. Okay, so lately I've actually had some good hauls at TJ Maxx. Sometimes there's nothing, and sometimes you find a whole bunch of stuff. I have some stuff I'm ready to review. A few other things will have to wait till next time. This past month, I had a really good Pat McGrath find at TJ Maxx, or I should say several finds. So I've always wanted to try the glosses. People rave about those, and I tried 2 different shades. So let's start with this one. It's a very sparkly shade. This is the shade Earth Angel. And as always with a sparkly gloss, the question is, will it make your lips feel gritty? So first of all, looking at that, very, very pretty, high shine. I might add a little bit actually. I'm not wearing any gloss, I'm just wearing lip liner and lipstick. That's fun, isn't it? I'm just gonna kind of place it in the center. So I'm very, very happy to say that this does not feel gritty at all on your lips. Very, very comfortable. Interestingly, this formula also wears quite a while. I mean, a gloss is always gonna wear off on things like coffee cups and things like that, but some glosses just disappear. These hang on a little while, and sometimes glosses that hang on a little while, they can be more sticky, and a lot of times when a gloss hangs around for a long time on your lips, it's because it's a more sticky formula. It just has more grip, something that I've never minded. Interestingly, this gloss isn't sticky at all, and yet it still stays on my lips for a long time. I thought that was very interesting. The other shade I have is the shade Prima Donna, which is just a light pink. I was happy that this cream gloss wasn't super, super opaque. That tends to not be my favorite. I like to be able to see a little bit of the lip underneath with a gloss. These also smell delicious, the most beautiful, luscious vanilla scent. So for the first two Pat McGrath glosses I'm trying, I am enjoying them very much. I still hesitate to say if they're worth full price. I personally don't think I would ever pay full price for a Pat McGrath gloss. But now that I know that I like the formula, I will be on the lookout for more colors when they go on sale or at TJ Maxx, just whatever. I do think they're very nice. But those weren't the only Pat McGrath things that I found. So I found another blush, and I am wearing it today. So I got all ready for filming, and then my husband asked me for some help in his shop, for which I had to put on a face mask for the dust. And I'm pretty sure I wiped off some of my highlighter and some of my blush, but hopefully you can still see the color there on my face. This is one of the Divine Blush duos in the shade Cosmic Coral. So I do think that these were limited edition, although I think you can still find them at some retailers online. I'm mentioning it just because maybe like me, you're a TJ Maxx shopper and you see these and you wonder how they look on the skin. I think it's very, very nice. They're very buildable. I was worried it would be too much, especially with this kind of bright shade that is. But with my brush, what I do first is I try to pick up more of this color and then just kind of dab into that color because I want it to be more of this kind of brownie shade with just a little bit of more color from over here. And that has worked out beautifully. I like these because they are buildable blushes. I really like powder blushes that you can see the color on your skin, but none of the actual powder particles, if you know what I mean. And that's what this type of blush is like. And of course, the design on the inside, it's just very pretty as well. Just adds to the pleasure of using the product. One more Pat McGrath item. I'm telling you, they had a lot of Pat McGrath at this particular TJ Maxx that I visited. So this is one of the lip balms. It's called the Lip Fetish Divinyl Lip Shine. This is the shade called Flesh 7. Not super lovely sounding. So it looks really, really dark, pretty brown, but it is more sheer, so it's buildable. I tend to really enjoy this kind of shade. I was laughing at myself because I bought several things recently that are this color, or at least close to that color. It's not the most sheer lip balm I've ever, like tinted lip balm I've ever used. I kind of have to be careful with this color not to put on too much, but it is very comfortable. If it's scented, it's very, very marginally scented. I'm not noticing anything. I would never pay full price for one of these, but it's a fun product to find at TJ Maxx for sure. All right, one more lip product, and this one is from Clinique. So this has been on my wish list for quite some time. This is the Black Honey Gloss. I really like the classic Black Honey lipstick, so I was very intrigued to try this. So let's talk about the wand for one thing. It's odd. It's a different paddle shape than usual, and this is one of those glosses that does have a bit more stick to it. I still wouldn't say it's unpleasantly sticky. Unless you're someone who just doesn't like, gloss in general, you would find this unpleasantly sticky, I think. But this is the kind that really kind of fills in the lines of your lips, and look how ultra shiny it is. Very, very shiny, and it's way more pigmented than the actual lipstick is. And it's the type of formula that will hang out on your lips for a while. When I first got all these lip products, I was doing like a lip swatching happiness moment just for myself in the bathroom, and trying to like get all of this off to try on something else was actually, took some effort, which I actually appreciate. I kind of like a gloss that has a little bit more heft sometimes. Not all the time, but in this case, I really did enjoy how that looked on my lips. So compared to like the original lipstick, like I said, much more pigment, much more high shine, much more of a balmy feel, and it's gonna kind of fill in the lines of your lips. Very pretty product. But I bought like these two products on the same day and I was just laughing at myself. I mean, they're not obviously not the same shade, but I was obviously in like a mood for brown. All right, that's everything I have to talk about today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure and let us all know down in the comments if you've tried any of these products. I really appreciate hearing your guys' reviews as well. Makeup, skincare, it's all so subjective. So I really appreciate you guys sharing your experiences so everyone can see. Also, let me know if you've had any good finds at TJ Maxx lately. Such a fun hobby. Trying to find the treasures there. You've made it to the end of the video, which is where I like to share my tea of the day. Today I'm drinking white tea. I was really in the mood for something light, and this white tea is from a brand called Made of Tea, and this is just their Bai Mudan white tea. White tea generally is the least processed of all the teas. It's basically picked and then dried. So when you look at the leaves, they just look like a dried handful of leaves. There's no rolling or anything going on. It also has the most delicate flavor, but it's really, really good with honey. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye.